All right, everybody's kind of been talking about these cheaper American racer-ish type Southwest Speed tires. Here's one in the flesh. You can see it's kind of got a pattern like a old American racer, or Hoosier-ish, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely not like a Hoosier in terms of the carcass. So you can see the difference, how pliable the Hoosier carcass is and how stiff this is. It's like a passenger car tire. It has some, I don't know if you want to say belting or thickness extra plies. It says it's 4-ply on the tire. So it's kind of more radial-ish. I don't know. I'm not a tire expert. I mean, bead, the pattern, kind of all looks the same. I'll mount one up here. We'll see how it mounts for you. I won't cut away for that. And then after we mount one up, we'll kind of measure it. I got my stagger stick. But you can see for sure the carcass of this thing, how it bounces. It's definitely got some more heft to it. Shoulders are way, you can't manipulate the tire like that at all. So I guess the next thing for me to do for you is throw it on a rim. But it's definitely more like a regular car tire that you put on the street compared to one of these things. It's kind of a little misshaped from shipping because they had to shove it in a box for me. I think if you bought them by the pallet, you wouldn't have that issue. We'll throw this guy on a rim here and we'll see what happens. I have no idea how stiff this bead will be. The tire itself is stiff, so I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to do with just the sticks. Man, this thing is freaking stiff. I might have to go get it on the old center post. So if you were an older guy, you remember the old Mercuries, they were not like this. It's not super warm out here either. Goes. It's definitely not as flexible as what we got. So it looks like we'll be able to get it here. Sucker's half dangerous. I can't get it to fold up on the back side here. That's how stiff it is. Normally I can work it around with just one bar. And it's not near as much effort on a regular G60. So, I'm here to tell you this is not just a copy of a G60 tire. Not saying that's a bad thing, it's just different. One more bite. Come on. Whew. There we go. Man, that is a beast to mount. Maybe it'll break in a little more, you know, as you get it ran, but holy crap, that is a workout. I'll have to throw a core in here. That chuck won't take without a core. See if I can get enough. Keep going. One side seated. I mean, this thing feels like a semi-tire compared to what we run as far as how stiff it is. Woo! We'll see what size we get out of it. Supposedly these all come the same size. Well, air's up round. The bead sat pretty easy. That's 20 pounds in it. It didn't pop like the Hoosier on the bead. It kind of just, I mean, you saw it. It just popped on and kind of didn't put up a fuss. I'll take this down to like 12 pounds. I'll take stagger there. You can figure out the rest from that. I don't think these will change too much. Being as stiff as they are, these aren't going to balloon. And I think with this bead, you would definitely have to run more air. This thing would not want to take low air pressures out, man. That thing is stiff. Wow. And I don't know if you can see here, it's concaved on the face of the tire like it wants more air. I'm thinking you definitely will want to run more air in this tire. Street stock guys, this would be perfect for you. I mean, geez, you can put air in it, it's going to take it, and then it's got a little more heft to it for driving them heavy ass things. So right now, this tire is sitting at around 77. So I bet this tire is bigger than that with no air in it. So these are small tires. And I don't know how much they'll stretch. Yeah, this is 78 3/4 without even air in it. So we'll put some more air in it Because it just... But I mean, if you had to run more air, who cares? Same for everybody, right? The tire's hard and crappy. It's hard and crappy for everybody. That's always been the IMCA thing. Except for now, the tire ain't cheap anymore. Nothing's cheap. If these guys could keep up with making these things, I mean, shit, I'd run them in a heartbeat. So, I don't even know how much air is in that thing. I just kind of aired it up to where it's flat. It feels like a regular car tire, though. It is definitely different than what we have come used to running. So that thing's now up to about 78.25. So if you played with air, you could get inch of stagger out of these, I bet. I don't know how much air that is. It's probably 25 pounds or something. No, we're off the gauge there, so you got your 35 PSI. How soft does it feel? It's hard. It's hard like a 40, 50,000 mile car tire. It's not as pliable as one of these old G60s. That tire there, this is last year's tire, used up, sitting out in my garage. It's definitely, it's like a Hoosier looking, American Racer looking tire made out of passenger car materials. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it. This thing does not comply or give. That definitely would affect how you would drive with it. Is that a bad thing again? No, I don't think so. I think the type of cars we run are intended for stock style tires. That's what this kind of feels more like. It probably would last longer because of that. And those are the things right now that as a racer, we're looking for durability. You go to something like this, you take away the grooving, take away the siping, go back to a buff only. Rotate this harder tire is probably gonna get some feathering. Just rotate them on the rim when you need to and probably get some miles out of these things just because they're so damn hard. I don't think you wear this thing out. I'll throw this tire on my right rear for some practices and this spring, and I'll try to burn the shit out of it and see what happens. Maybe I'll order another one so I have a set of rears to do, just to see what the grip level feels like. Slicker tracks, maybe I'll go to like a 141 or something where they let it slick off for practice and do some throttle mashing and kind of be stupid and just try to burn it up. Pay attention to what Tomahawk does. Those guys are being innovative. They bought 8 of these things. They're going to throw them on cars for practice, and they're going to just keep rotating them through and put as many laps on them on sport mods as they can. So, unsanctioned classes like street stocks, I mean, I don't know why you guys wouldn't want to run this tire for $70. That kind of just makes sense, but sometimes I know things don't make sense when it comes to rules. To me, for you guys, it'd be straight up silly not to have your class on these if they can supply the tire. And I think that's the biggest thing you'd have to see. Can Southwest Speed supply a large amount of these tires if large demand suddenly happened for them? I think you could be potentially right back where you're at right now not having tires. It depends on what their capacity or their ability to upscale production, how many do they have in warehouses. You can get them right now, but if you only got a handful of tracks on them or a handful of classes or series, yeah, they might be available. But as soon as a bunch of major classes get on them, or you throw 200, 300 more cars in these tires, burning them up, it's definitely gonna shock the system for supply. So, I don't know if it would be better. Would they eventually raise prices? Probably. That's just the American way. Once there's a demand, price goes up. So, could they keep it cheap? I don't know these guys. I've dealt with Southwest Speed. When I built a mod from scratch, I bought a clip from them with the old box kit. that you get for Chevelles. I bought bell housings from them, you know, but yeah, so that's this beauty. Close up shot of that. Yeah, that's it, all aired up. All our glory. Not an old tire, not a crusty tire. This is a, you know, fairly new production. I don't know if there's a date. They put dates on these. You can see there's supposed to be a stamp down here. It's not legible. I don't know why they would put dates on these. There's no reason to let you know. There's a IA-1802-1. So, yeah, not sure what that means. I don't know if it means second month of 2018. I doubt it. That's how old this tire is, because that just looks like a mold number. But yeah, I don't see any actual production dates on here. Usually your production date is somewhere where this stamp here is, and that's not legible. So yeah, well, that's it. You know, it feels like your passenger car tire a little more than what we're used to. Could we run them? Yeah, if everybody ran them, you know. How they heat cycle and fire, that's a whole nother thing. I think if guys have raced 4 cylinders before or something like that, the old recap cars, you remember those recaps on asphalt, guys that did that with us. You know, these are probably all like those tires. The older they got, the better they got. They were better used than they were new. So, but that's it. That's the Southwest Speed Dirt Racer.